What's up, y'all? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, bringing you guys with a brand new NASCAR Diecast review on this YouTube channel. And yeah, this is actually the first 2022 NASCAR Diecast I'll be reviewing. Now, before you get your, pickles in a whistle, you're probably wondering, okay, is this a next-gen car? Well, not necessarily. Those sons of bitches are not coming out until July. So we gotta still play the long waiting game, unless we get them out here Friday. In the meantime, you can actually get these cars now in stock at Circle B Diecast, along with other diecast from this team, known as Junior Motorsports. By the way, use that promo code OBYT to get the $5 off of shipping on your next purchase, because heck, it's better than nothing. But today it is going to be on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2022 Hellmann Chevrolet Camaro for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and his own team, Junior Motorsports. So since 2018, Dale Jr., after he kind of retired in NASCAR, and he kind of been doing these one-off races, like I said, starting in 2018. And yeah, this is yet another cool ride that he debuted at the Martinsville race, the one and only time. So shout out to anybody who was at the Martinsville race. I know my good buddy Little Wrangler, I know, is a big fan of Dale Jr. I believe he was at that race too. So pretty cool. One of these days I'll probably have to go to that Martinsville race, but really nice. I did pick this up at Darlington out of all the places. Probably should have waited. But I will say one thing I'm not liking about these 2022 Xfinity cars. I mean, as you can see, we got a big difference with the purple Xfinity banner, which is, very interesting. That's the new rebranding. Not like the box. The box is very plain Jane and very boring. Yeah, that's all I gotta say right there. Big downgrade. A very big downgrade for the Xfinity series boxes. But we're not here to review a box. Let's go on unbox this bad boy. Let's take a close look at the Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2022 Hellmann's car. And alrighty guys, we got this diecast out of its box, and man, what a sharp looking paint scheme this is for, the man, the myth, the legend, good old Junebug, Dale Earnhardt Jr. This is a nice looking, refreshing scheme, and actually pretty cool, guys. For the last 2 or 3 years or so, Dale Jr. was driving the 8 car, but as you guys know, Josh Berry's now driving that car full time, and there was only a certain number that Dale Jr. was going to bring back, so the return of the 88 and the return of the Hellmann sponsorship has, come in full circle, so that's pretty cool. As you guys know, last year's he ran, he's been running a lot of short track races, I've known. Last year he ran the Richmond Fall race, which was pretty cool, riding the United for America car for Unilever, but now back with the Hellmann sponsorship, and let me tell you what, man, better get out your plates for this one, guys, because we're going to be cooking up a lot of peanut butter and banana and mayonnaise sandwich, or what was that? Let me just tell you what, man, that was just an interesting combination. I don't think I haven't even tried that yet, but heck, just shows you just how creative and how creative and crazy Dale Jr. can be, man. But let me tell you what, man, and you guys, this paint scheme alone is just really cool. I mean, there's a little context behind the paint scheme on this as well. So this is actually, Dale Jr. actually announced this, that he was going to drive at the Martinsville race, the Martinsville Spring race, all the way back in October. And then a month later, they decided, oh, look, this thing has a work suspension. So nice job on the quality control line now. We do got some quality issues, but we'll get to in a second, because I paid $12 for this thing. So, I'm going to, start nitpicking about my diecast. And I kind of had no choice, because the diecast was, at the trailer haulers. So, can't really go out and be like, oh, can I nitpick and, get a diecast that's not, full of paint chips and crap. But heck, you gotta be realistic here, especially if it's on race day. But back to what I was about to say before I got distracted. I mean, I always get distracted with these diecast reviews with these quality issues, because, the story of my freaking life. But Dale Jr., I think, had a contest, and Hellmann's did a little contest, back in November or so, after he announced this car in October. And he said, I believe there was 3 entries that you can get, and I think this was entry number 2, and then there was 2 other ones, if I'm not mistaken. I think one was all yellow and blue with a teal outline, which looks pretty cool. It looks kind of similar to this, but just a little more different. I think it was mostly blue right here, and then it was yellow on the side. And then there was the third one, which I think I voted for, because it had the freaking mayonnaise where the contingencies are. I'm like, that's pretty cool, man. I love when companies have their products on the car. That's pretty cool. I mean, what Bush does it, Reese's Fine Foods does it. Heck, there's just so many companies out there that use that. That's great brand promotion right there. But heck, everyone knows what Hellmann's is. I mean, it's mayonnaise. I mean, if you guys don't like your mayo or I know it's a different name that they call these things. It was called like Best Foods, I think, if you're out on the West Coast. I don't know why that's the case, but I guess it just has to go with like the distributions for Unilever, or yeah, I think Unilever is the one that owns Hellman's. But yeah, really cool, guys. I mean, I'm not the biggest mayonnaise fan, but I don't know. I think it's just too thick in my preference. But let's try to take that out of context for a second, Brian. Good lord. But I think this is a sharp looking paint scheme, especially since they ran this. I think this is during the night race, if I'm not mistaken. The spring. I don't know, does Xfinity run the night race? I think they did. Yeah, because I remember when Dale Jr. did the interviews, which, by the way, if you guys did not saw the race interview with Bob Barkris and Dale Jr. after this race, oh, it is entertainment, man. Just the chemistry those two have. It's like watching Dale Jr. from like the 2000s, man. I mean, this guy is just, there's a reason why I grew up and actually became a Dale Jr. fan in NASCAR. I mean, heck, both him and his father are the reason why I got into NASCAR. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm hoping one of these races, one of these years, I could probably tune in and see him race, because that'd be so cool. Since he only does these one-off races, but I'm glad he still does that, man. I mean, Dale Jr. actually ran pretty well in this car, if I'm not mistaken. I think he started kind of like poor, I think, in this car. I think he started 38th, not 38th, 30th. My lord, I can't even count today. I don't know what the context behind that was, but I think he finished 11th. So not a bad start. Not a bad for the Junior Motorsports cars. Let me tell you what, man. Junior Motorsports is stacked with talent this year, guys. With Josh Berry, I think he already has a win this season. Sam Mayer, he is definitely a rising star in the ranks. Justin Allgaier, of course, just won in the Hellman's car at Darlington, which I actually saw in person, which was pretty cool, guys. But let's get down right here to the good stuff right here. So the mold hasn't changed at all for the Xfinity cars, which I still like. A lot of people don't really like the Xfinity cars because they're kind of quote-unquote bulky. And you guys know what I'm talking about. We'll be doing a step-by-step comparison of the last time Dale Jr. drove an 88 Hellman's car later on in the video. But, of course, the big thing I think a lot of people are going to realize is that the Xfinity series is no longer red, which, it's a shame because red is my favorite color. But, we can't have, preferences and favorites in your teams, Brian. So, but, yeah, they decided to go purple. I guess that was the new rebranding color that they had. Don't really know what the story was behind that. But, it doesn't look too bad, but I tell you what, man, when we get later in the year and when we, I think for during the dash, I think Lil Wrangler pointed this out as well. I mean, he's not really, I don't mind this, but I kind of agree with Lil Wrangler. I wish they kind of made this black, and if they want to go crazy with a purple, man, wait for the playoff races, man, because, that's really when they show the colors. Heck, I don't even think, when Xfinity was just with the red banner, they only ran that during the playoffs. I don't know why. I guess they just really wanted to show Xfinity's new look, or, rebranding, whatever the hell happened. Oh, look at that. We got an earthquake in this SOB. That's just me being a dumbass and shaking the camera. So, apologize for the motion. Whatever the hell that was right there. Good lord. This guy's rusty on his reviews, damn it. But this is a sharp looking paint scheme, guys. I like the yellow and the blue and the white. And yeah, I do see that the Hellman's logo, I mean, as you guys see right there, they're kind of pulling like a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. this year with the next-gen car, but it doesn't look too bad, guys. You can see the Hellman's logo is way towards the bottom, but that's how it's supposed to be. And you know what, man? It doesn't look too bad. I think it's because of that bow tie. If that bow tie wasn't there, and no, not the Chevy bow tie, I'm talking about this little bow tie ribbon right there. How about that, guys? I kind of like this. It's a little different, and it kind of, I don't know, it kind of seems like it just looks more uniform, to be honest with you guys. I mean, some people might not like that, but I think it looks cool. I'm glad that the lines didn't overlap. But that is just a sharp looking paint scheme, guys. And then we got like some jagged lines right here and some edges. We got like 88s. And look at this, guys. The 88's well suited because we got ourselves, the little bow tie right there. Some more jagged edges. But I really do like how this paint scheme is laid out and the bright yellow number on top. Well, it's not really bright, but it is, it looks a little darker on camera, but it is pretty bright. But what a cool color combination, because when you think of the Hellman's cars, you don't really think of white. But after all, this is a mayonnaise car, so of course it's got to be white. So I think this really incorporates the paint scheme quite well, and I think a lot of people agreed with that. I do see some quality issues right there. It looks like part of the decal looks like, you can definitely see where the decals were applied right there if you look at the sunlight, which doesn't look too bad, but you can definitely see that, the decaling is, you could clearly see where these things were applied, which doesn't look too bad, but not as more clear to my liking, especially right here. I wish that was more transparent, and then it looks a little more on the opaque side, but still is pretty cool. Junior Motorsports, Dale Jr. 88s. I love the bow ties, man. That bow tie is a nice touch right there. Just shows the classiness that Dale Jr. has. We got hashtag fridge hunters. Oh boy, I hope you're not hunting for mayonnaise in your fridge, because that's, I mean, unless you really love your mayonnaise, then heck, who's there to judge? We got some more Hellmans, and look at that, we got the bow tie overlapping the bow tie. Ain't that pretty cool? More Hellmans, but that's a classic Hellmans logo right there. I love how they, I think all the Junior Motorsports cars have the American flag, which is pretty cool because, you know, nothing screams more American than Dale Jr. and mayonnaise. So, but yeah, let's go and do the side-by-side comparison of this car, which I'll be showcasing you guys. I think this is Dale Jr.'s 2018 Hellman's car, which you can definitely see the differences in the paint scheme. I mean, they did incorporate some white in the front, but like not as much as we usually see on this car. I mean, you see right here, we got a lot more yellow on the 2018 variants than here. I mean, it seems like all the colors are kind of symmetrical. Like there's like what it means is that you got a perfect balance of the yellow, the white, and the blue. But here it's just mostly yellow and then blue and white. So I really like that. I don't really know who created these designs, but I really gotta give a shout out to the the person and the individuals or whoever or the groups that designed these paint schemes. Because a lot of people love number 2, man. A lot of people love number 2. Like, definitely see the mold differences right there. Just shows you how different these Xfinity cars have. Thank God they changed the spoilers, man, because look how junky that spoiler looks. Yeah, I like my curved spoilers. Thank you very much. And there we go. This side, it's pretty much similar to the other side. But, yeah, I mean, I just think that's, I don't know. I mean, we always see the Hellman's cars that look like this, and I'm glad we got, like, a different paint scheme. Especially, like I said, this could be a one-off race. But I definitely encourage you guys to get this diecast. I definitely think it's a worthy purchase, and you're going to be seeing a lot of this car very soon. Like I say, you can get a Circle B diecast. You can also get it at the haulers for $12, which I don't think it's worth it, but I did anyways, because by the time I got back, that's when the diecasts were released. So, hey, whatever, though. Plus, I'm excited to review some more 2022 cars. I do got a few more coming in very soon for Junior Motorsports. If you guys are a big fan of Josh Berry, stay tuned because, heck, my good pals at Circle B Diecast are going to be on the hookup for that very soon. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2022 Hellman's Chevrolet Camaro for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and Junior Motorsports. Keep on like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time on another diecast review.